Hey everybody, it's Kenny K here again with a new review from 1989. Um, the House on Tombstone Hill, aka The Dead Come Home. It gets a 5.1 on IMDb, but I do like it. It's my third watch. It gets a 5.5 from me. Directed by James Raphael. Now, I didn't know any of the actors, so I just put all the characters that were involved. They basically bought this mansion, and it's a fixer up, and one guy asks a bunch of friends to help. You got Ron, Bob, Jamie, Mark, Steve, Linda, Joey. Then I'm thinking, yeah. Um, Now, the first stupid thing that happens is there's a tombstone. Probably the reason why this movie is called Tombstone Hill. There's a tombstone of a lady, and right beside that is a tree with a noose, a rope with a noose to hang somebody. Now, before the movie starts, you see in 1940s or something, you see this young lady and this woman that's constantly going like this with a knife in her hand, and you don't really see her face, but anyhow, you see this woman. Okay. So one of the douchebags. Now I'm forgetting which one that was. I think Bob or Steve. I'm not sure. No, Bob or Joey. Yeah. He knocks down the tombstone. Uh, they these two, I think Bob and Joey. I'm thinking it was Bob and Joey, and they thought it was really cool. And then you see an old woman waking up out of her bed, which is weird. So they basically uh, awakened the spirit, but apparently there was still a body in that bed. I mean, it wasn't just a spirit. It wasn't a decaying body. You'll find soon enough that it's an old woman, just an old body of an old woman. Um, and she looks fairly creepy, especially when she talks. She has that. You're a bad boy, aren't you? Yeah, like that. So yeah, and the way she goes of for killing people is like so like this. So while she's gutting somebody, it's not one weapon deal. Now, this movie is purely you don't really know the characters. This movie is based on a all these characters are cardboard characters. That's what it is. You've got the douche, you've got the idiot, you've got the smarter one, you've got the smarter girl, you've got the stupid girl, you've got they're all cardboard characters. You don't know jack shit about these people. Um, they somehow do make it to a thing to the in the attic where they find this article that apparently a older woman and her daughter lived there, in that house, and that some guy stabbed the old woman like 57 times, 37 times in the neck, and 20 times in the gut region. Now, what did she do? Well, she had a husband at that point. She killed her husband same way. 37 not 37 stabs in the neck, 20 in the gut. And then she I think her daughter had to kill her, and then her daughter hung herself. And that's why the noose on the grave was, that was the deal. Fucked up family. And that's the only real exposition you get. So they're in this house, and they're, you know, constantly driveling and talking, and yo, I've got my beer. Yo, I've got a drill. And like I said, there was no character at all that I would say, okay, that person, that person can live, you know. Because at some point there are these two dudes. I'm not sure. I just call them dudes because they want to see what all the ruckus is about that house, that it's haunted and things like that. So they also come in and fresh meat for the grinder, right? Now, at some point, they're all finding things and arguing, and I can do that, and I can do that. No, let me do that. No, let me do that. And then there's this old lady looking at them, and they're all like, and she's standing there. And it's kind of creepy because she's just standing there looking at them with a pole. And then everybody's yelling, "Go away! You can't be here!" And eventually, after the fourth yell or something, she decides to go away. But she goes up the stairs. And I think Mark, uh, Jamie's boyfriend, is going to look for her because she can't be there. And what happens is we don't see what happened with Mark, but Jamie go. It takes a long time, and Jamie goes to take a look, and she sees all these blood spattered, you know, blood spattered against the walls, up the wall, up the stairs, and it's like a trail you can follow, right? Now, this is a spoiler, by the way, okay? So, this is a spoiler movie. It's a very simple movie. It's for the ones who don't want to know the spoilers. It's a simple movie. It's a splatter movie with some humor in there, and um, some horror, and mostly splatter. And it's not only the old lady is doing the killings. It's no. And that's something you have to see. Now, personally, I like the movie. It's a simple movie. It's cheesy. It's campy. The practical effects were on par, and that's what I liked. The cheesy acting actually made the movie kind of fun. Yeah, knowing, okay, these guys are all are gonna be decimated, but it kind of it's a fun watch. It's one of those films you just have to put your brain, you know, put your brain out and just relax with a drink, a bag of chips or something, and enjoy, right? Um, so what happens then? She finds a door and it jams. She takes a piece of wood, a wooden 2x4. She breaks down the door and it's a bedroom. It's the bedroom where the old lady woke up, and she's standing there with a knife and blood on her skirt, and she says, "Where's Mark?" "No, I think there's not much left of Mark." "Why?" "Because I killed him." "You killed him?" "Didn't you see all that blood in coming down the stairs? That's not for fun." She acts like that, and then she says, "Get the hell out of my way. I can kill you with this." And then she gets out of she doesn't want to kill everybody. She's like, mm-hmm. And she just gets out of the way. But then, who do we have there? Mark, full cut up, full cuts and stabs and bloody mess. Apparently, the old lady, the who she kills, becomes a zombie minion of hers, and will do everything for her to kill these intruders. And she's like doing this, and he's acting like Jack Jack from The Shining, you know, when he's give me the bat, give me the bat, give me the little bat, like that. And here's it, give me give me the 2x4, give me give me give me to me so I can talk. Let's talk, and then I can kill you. How's that? And then she gets he gets the full force of that thing on his head. And apparently, it killed him. It killed him. The rest is coming upstairs. They see the dead body of Mark. She said it's the old lady. Now, of course, they're gonna look for the old lady. Uh, they so again, they cannot find her. No, they cannot find her. But eventually, they say, "Let's get the hell out of here and call the cops." Now they can't get out. Everything is jammed. The windows are like bulletproof windows. They can't use their tools. They uh, they can't the we also the shutters of the windows close. Everything shut. All the windows close. They're basically trapped. Now, this one guy who went for beers, Joey, he later comes back, and he gets a rope thrown to him, and you see the old lady with an axe stand waiting, like, and he goes up the rope, and then up the ladder. He finds a ladder, and then he goes up the ladder because he has the beer, and then the ladder falls away, and then he's hanging there, and you can already see what's coming. The old lady standing there, and he says, "Hey, lady, help me." "Help you? sure. And cutting the two hands off, and then and he's falling on his when he's on the ground. They fall on his face, and then she takes this rod, and then carefully just throws it at him right through his gut. It's so, and she's like, oh man. Um, Steve, the brainoid character gets it. He has this razor blade with a handle on as weapon. Everybody has weapons, like a screwdriver, or an axe, a hatchet, a drill, everything. From one of the guys who has a giant toolbox. And Steve is the next one in line. He gets it. He gets it with he gets the razor blade by the old lady, bam, right into his head. Then his girlfriend Linda comes to him, and he's sitting there. I can't move. I can't move. Okay, okay, okay. Let me sit beside you. Oh, you're so sweet. You're so lovingly. Oh, I love you so much. So that's why I gotta do this. Gutting her with that thing. Fuck, man. Eventually, they find her. They kill her with the hatchet, and then Steve later on, they kill him with the same weapon that he killed his girlfriend. The razor blade is to stand right through his chin, and then through his. So it's basically all these people. There's no real character explanation. There's no. It's just this old lady who's killing everybody. Horrible. There's this one kill that a guy wants to escape through an open window, and the window's glass starts to fall down, and it's like, and he's like, oh, until he's in half. The legs fall out of the windows, and he out of the window, and he falls on the ground. It's like, oh. When then later on, when he's back, he's like sewn together, but the guts are hanging out, and it's weird. It's weird. He's drinking a beer, and everything falls out there. He eventually also gets killed by the remaining members. Like I said, those two dudes. They see the daughter ghost undressing, but then the mom, the old lady, doesn't like that, and she scratches, but really scratches, like claw scratches the other guy. He dies from it, but the other guy, he defends himself. He runs away. Um, and there's a moment that I think was it Rom or Rom and Jamie are the only ones surviving. Now Jamie, at some point when she had to stay there, you heard a scream. Ron comes and look, and she's no problem, no problem. Then you see that she has a scissor in the back of her uh, in the back of her body. And one of the dudes, when Jamie wants to kill him, I refer them to the dudes. I don't know their names. They're not even. They don't even say their name. I think so. Or I was just zoned out. And she, he rescues him, and eventually they stab her with the scissors. Eventually, it's him against all the zombified guys and the old lady. There is a moment when the old lady, it's tag team wrestling against the old lady. And he got it. Was like Steve Kill, the nerd kill. He's like, with the razor blade, stay away. And she's like, she goes like this spider. She just tr- puts that razor blade away. She just crucifies him. She's super fast. She looks frail and old, but she can be super fast. And that you can see in the tag team wrestling. She just takes their necks and one just puts a giant screwdriver through her head, but that's not enough to kill her. You see her pulling that thing out. Eventually, one of the dudes finds an axe, and he starts to. He gives her one chop, then Ron, because he falls down because he got wounded. She had this little scalpel knife where she sliced him in the face and then one's in the gut, but he wasn't dead yet. And then Ron takes the axe over, and he starts to just chop her until her head comes off, and then he kicks her head off, and she's like in the corner. So everything opens up again, and I don't understand why he's just stand. Okay, I understand he's tired, he's glad that everything is over, but of course, if you're in a horror movie, if you're standing too long at that horror house door, something or someone may kill you, because I think Joey was still running around, and of course the guy who died by the small knife when they were wrestling the old lady, he died there and then. So he and a hatchet, he, wow, you see the brown season, it's like, oh, movie's gone. So it's a fun movie. I would recommend it if you are bored and you don't want to see something too integrate or something. That's too complex. You just want to see a slasher. And I gotta say, the practical effects were really good, really good. And the old lady looked creepy. I mean, I always had something. Clowns look creepy, it's art and so on. And um, then old lady killers always look creepy to me, like Pamela Voorhees. Uh, uh, what's the name from Psycho? Norma Bates. Um, I always think that they're creepy. They're creepy because you. Okay, Norma Bates was a young guy, but they're creepy. They're creepy, especially when these women or men. Usually, these are women, and you would expect that they're frail, but they can take a punch and they can really give it out. They really can give one out. It's pretty, yeah. So I like that. I like the deaths. What I didn't like was there's no character development, but it's a like and a dislike because this movie is just made for the practical effects, the zombified minions. You've got the toolbox full of weapons, full of murder weapons that they can use on each other, and that's what the movie's about. It's a schlock movie, so 5.5. Subscribe, it's free. See you next time. Bye.